Hey guys, Cobra 8000 here, and we're back in World of Tanks. Today I'm going to be reviewing the charioteer. We're still in the garage because I want to start going over my equipment and what I have for the tank. It's such a gorgeous tank though. Another thing I'm going to start inserting at the beginning of my videos is I've made a Patreon, and if you want to support my channel, the link is in the description below. Alright, let's go over my equipment. I got the crew maxed out. I've got all the upgrades, which, from all the upgrades, you still have no armor, which is the main problem with this tank at times, is that everything can HE you. And you've only got 1,000 hit points, and that doesn't last long. You got pretty nice concealment. You've got over 2,000 damage per minute with a almost 10-second reload. I'm running calibrated shells, so our armor APCR is 257. Our high explosive squash head is 193, and our normal high explosive is 100. And the damage is pretty nice between the average damage. You get 350 average on your APCR, 440 on your on your high explosive squash head, your HESH, and the same on your high explosive. A 4.5 aiming time. Dispersion is 340. It's got bad dispersion, let's put it that way. You've got 10 degrees of gun depression, 12 degrees of gun elevation, 48 forward, 20 back. It's got good weight, power to weight ratio. Its turret traverse has got some problems. Alright, for what I run is the multi-purpose pack, the repair kit, and the speed boost. The reticle calibration is good. It's just, I don't like giving up that repair kit, because if you get hit, it can really hurt you. You can run it, and it helps a lot. But you're only going to get 2 shots in before it cools down, which can help you, but I don't think it's worth the extra repair kit. Because if you get tracked, you're in a lot of trouble or set on fire. Provisions, I run the double fuel, mainly because I like the extra speed. You will get more damage per minute if you're running the T's and stuff. But you really need the speed to get out of bad spots. Spoiler, so that you take 20% less damage. It doesn't help you as much as you'd think, but it helps you enough. This is the amount of shells I run. You can run more or whatever you like. This is just what I prefer. And I don't have all the equipment unlocked, but I run calibrated shells, the camouflage net. And for the rest, I run the enhanced gunline drive, the improved assembly for extra health, engine accelerator, and the refined gun so that you can get the dispersion down. Alright, let's get into some replays. We're gonna be on canal first. So the way I like to play this tank is quite aggressively. You can snipe with it, but with what I found, going with your mediums or getting a position where you can support your heavies is very nice. I found that sniping, it's for me anyways, for other people it's different, is that I have trouble hitting targets. I guess sniping is what you consider it. But most tank destroyers on Canal sit in the back here on one of these hills. I just don't want to do that. So I go with the mediums, and the biggest thing you've got to have with this tank is a lot of patience. Because you can either have a really good game, or you can have a really bad game. Now this FV comes over here. We're going to hit him once. He's done for. This tank has a lot of DPM, but it's the dispersion that can really kill you. The other thing you have to learn is you cannot be pushing. You have to be aggressive, but not aggressive to the point that you're putting yourself in bad positions. Getting out to the flank like a medium would. And you can do this because you have a turret and 10 degrees of gun depression. We start putting shots into the object. We've got a bush, so that helps. And for me, the gun works in a strange way of where it's accurate a lot of the time, and then a lot of the other times there's just the black hole that sucks up your shells. Patience is the biggest thing you have to learn, is when to know when to push and when not to. Now I mess up and shoot a little bit too early there. So instead of popping that, I go around to get shots into C, hoping that I could stop it from being capped, but I was a little too late. And having that 10 degrees of gun depression really can help you, as I can get a little bit farther back than a lot of other tanks could. So we're going to get into the WZ. I'm going to wait till the Smasher pushes up and spots him, and then I'm going to put Hesh into his side. And the other thing with this is having Hesh can really help you. One, it's got such great penetration. Two, you can pin a lot of heavies from the side. And some tank destroyers from the front. So we're up to like 2,300. I want to see if I can Hesh him. I don't even know what happens with this shot. Well, that's the gun showing off how bad it can be at times. Now, I want to remind everyone again, with this tank, it's good to be aggressive. It's good to be in a spot where you can be aggressive from. If I was back on those hills where most of the tank destroyers go, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. And that's the best thing about having a turret, is that you can set up shots very, very well. And staying with your mediums is very important, and using your team's hit points. You also have to know what tanks are on the other enemy's team. That can really help you in your decision making. So again, we're going to go over to A with the mediums and support from there. What are the drawbacks with this tank? It can be slow at times. At times it feels kind of slow. You've got your speed boost, which I kind of forget that I have it sometimes. Well, we've got an Indian Panzer over here, and a, pretty sure it's a stir ammo and a HTC. Now I'm going to put a shot into the ammo. And now he knows I'm there. Now this is the other thing you have to learn, is when to poke and when to not. See, if I poke back out there, he's going to shoot me, because one, he knows I'm there. And if he hits me with that 128, that's going to hurt. You have no armor. That is the biggest drawback with this tank, is that you have no armor. But you are a very small tank. Compared to a lot of other tank destroyers, you are very small. Now, here's a problem with the gun depression, that I just drive back up and shoot him. With a lot of other tank destroyers, there's just things you can't do because you don't have a turret. Having the turret really helps you. Now, we bounce him somehow? Don't ask me how. He gets taken out. The mobility isn't bad, it's just for such a light tank to only go 48. It just feels like it's slow at times for such a fast tank. Now, to make sure we kill the ammo, we're going to put Hesh into him. And that's that 198, 97, somewhere around there, working in our favor. And we're going to put a APCR round into him. And somebody else is going to get the HTC before we do. It's a very hard tank to play. I will admit that. When I first played it, it gave me a lot of trouble. Obviously, it being stock didn't help, but it's got such a nasty gun. Like, I can Hesh the top of the T-28. Now we're gonna get stuck into the KV-4. I wanted to push down and get a shot into the T-28, but I hit the KV-4's gun. I hit the KV-4's gun. It's not a gun, it's a tree. The LTTB is gonna finish him off. And he is going to be a bit of a distraction. This is the other thing you do. You have to work off your teammates' hit points. You have to play this tank like you have no hit points. And again, you can Hesh the side of a KV-4. So we put a round into him again. KV-4 bounce. The LTTB bounces. And we get the kill. 4,110 damage. Pretty good for this tank. Pretty good for me anyways. We get a mastery, high caliber, Confederate, all the other ones. Well, that's gonna be it for the video, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to thank all the new subscribers we've had over the last couple of weeks. This is Cobra 8000 saying goodbye.